From downtown Toronto to the Chevrolet Beach Volleyball Center, we're set to go for the final match of the day, the final pre-quarterfinal. And this is a big matchup between El Salvador and Uruguay. On the women's side, the winner will face Brazil in the quarterfinals, the unbeaten Brazilian team. See Uruguay 2-0 to start the tournament before a loss against Canada. El Salvador lost its first two games and then came back with a win over Guatemala in 3 sets, a match that took 64 minutes to play.
Well, Uruguay, to me, has the edge here. Fabiana Gomez, quite experienced, and just to me, does all the little things really well. I've been noticing that. Makes those small decisions, things that don't stand out too well, but a very good leader. And Nieto has also proven to be quite a solid attacker, not with booming serve or booming attacks by any means or big serves, but she manufactures points with good smart shots. One of the pokey queens, she'll bring out that shot quite a bit. El Salvador, they're riding a bit of a hot streak. They had a battle last night against Guatemala and came out on top in a 3-set barn burner. And they've played at this hour, this late 11 o'clock time last night, unlike Uruguay, so that may be a factor as we look at the temperature. Still 20 degrees, and the wind picking up a little bit since the last game. The flag's back waving at the top of the stadium, 14 kilometers an hour.
We'll step aside now for the official introductions of tonight's matchup.
Ladies and gentlemen, introducing the team from Uruguay, wearing black, wearing number 1, Eugenia Nieto. Her partner, wearing number 2, Fabiana Gomez. Et mesdames et messieurs, leurs adversaires représentant El Salvador dans le rose.
El turno para El Salvador, luciendo el top rosado.
And ladies and gentlemen, their opponents for tonight, the team representing El Salvador, wearing pink, wearing number 1, Yvonne Soler. Wearing number 2, her partner, Laura Molina.
My name is Rob Snook, working alongside a man who finished in the top 5 at the Olympic Games 3 times in beach volleyball, including a bronze medal in Atlanta in 1996 with his partner John Child Marquis. And here we go, Uruguay and El Salvador pre-quarterfinal. Essentially the round of 12. The winner of this will face Brazil. Opening serve. And we've got a little issue here right off the start.
Well, they're saying that El Salvador will start the match with the serve, and Fabiana Gomez questioning it. Perhaps a miscommunication when she had the opportunity to choose.
And Nieto will attack first. And the first kill goes to Uruguay.
Well, I spoke about Nieto, pretty crafty. She's 1 for 1 now.
Off the arm of Nieto from Laura Molina. And it's 1-1.
And Laura Molina had a pretty good attacking night yesterday as they beat Guatemala. She was 25 kills in 59 attempts.
And down on the El Salvadorian side, 2-1.
Laura Molina saw a lot of action, 59 attempts in one night. That's a lot of spiking, and she dug down as she was battling fatigue the whole match. Came up big at the end.
Molina with a good shot there, reaching back to make it.
Well, Uruguay going at Molina, perhaps noticing and seeing the game tape from yesterday, noticing her fatigue level.
Nieto serving Gomez. Nice snap of the wrist and puts it in.
Well, Gomez, to me, that's a mistake to serve Gomez. She's definitely the strongest attacker on the court.
Serve to Molina, attack from Molina. Nieto. And she catches the block, and the point goes to Uruguay. It's out.
Well, Nieto having a good start. There she pops up the attack, and she's pretty speedy getting from defense to offense.
Soler with the pass, and then the attack. A sneaky one that just climbs the net.
Well, to me, this is the better option for Uruguay. He's serving Soler. She was 5 for 22 last night. Lots of digs, but struggles putting the ball away. She gets a little help from the net there.
And a nifty little play there by Uruguay and Gomez to reach over.
Well, choosing to serve Fabiana Gomez, the captain and taller player on this team, I believe is a big mistake.
Gomez to serve. Again to Molina. Soler. And Molina is long.
Well, that pass comes to Molina's left, and it's very difficult to hit that ball as it comes across the body. Just couldn't quite get enough topspin to keep it in play.
Molina kind of wears her emotions on her sleeve or on her face, but she scores the point there for El Salvador. It's 6-4 Uruguay.
Well, she opts for the softer shot over top of the block.
And again, a long serve, this one from Soler.
Well, Soler had 3 aces last night. Racks up her first missed serve.
And a nice little touch, but it's momentarily kept alive by Uruguay, but not for long.
Well, she does a good job to track this down, but really has to make sure she pops it high in the air. She's flat on her stomach. She needs to pop it up and give herself time.
And cross court, the shot from Nieto.
Well, I described her as the pokey queen. She really is efficient with that poke shot and accurate.
Continuing to serve Molina. Soler reaches down far, and then a great kill for Molina.
Well, that ball was right on top of the net where she likes it. Gomez thought of peeling and was late to get there.
Soler, and that is out. And the last second call was good for Uruguay.
Well, two service errors early in this match for Soler.
Eugenia Nieto serves to Soler. She looks, glances, and it's dug up. And now Gomez off the block. Molina keeps it alive. And off the arm of Gomez, point for El Salvador.
Well, Uruguay decided to test Soler out often after a missed serve. They'll follow up with another error. She gets dug the first opportunity, but makes good on the second.
And that is out. So a lot of service errors already in the early stages of this match. Soler gets the serve and tries to attack from quite a ways back, and it goes crashing into the net.
Well, again, Fabiana Gomez does the little things well. She really serves that ball, moves Soler out of the pocket, makes the right decision to peel. All those little things hard to see on camera.
4-point lead becomes a 5-point lead for Uruguay. Mistakes mounting here for El Salvador.
Keeping it on Soler after another error.
Gomez serves Soler. Again, a nice joust won by Uruguay, and it is just out on the Nieto cross-court shot.
Well, after a joust where both players simultaneously touch the ball, you actually have 3 contacts. So there's the joust, there's the first contact, and Nieto could have set Fabiana Gomez, instead goes over on the second attack.
Nieto, nice dig from Soler. Just to go and get it, sends a free ball over. Gomez goes, roll shot, in.
Well, the first contact so important. Fabiana Gomez peels and pops that ball nice and high up to the net. Puts herself in a good position to score as they go into the technical timeout at 21 points, mandatory timeout. Each team gets 1 timeout, but this one is mandatory at the halfway point of the first set. Soler has a 9th place finish at the Pan Am Games in 2007 with Laura Molina. So they're looking to improve on their best result. A win here would clinch the top 8 and improve on that.
Takes a village of people to make a good crowd for a volleyball match, and we've got a good one going here, a beach volleyball match between Uruguay and El Salvador. 13-8 Uruguay leads. Winner will face Brazil in the quarterfinals tomorrow. Soler, Molina, and cross court, it's out.
Well, there's Soler again. Had some struggles with her attack, and tonight continues. She's 2 kills for 7 attempts.
Nice block by Gomez. Nice up by Nieto. And a one-armed dig by Molina, and then finally a kill from Uruguay and Gomez.
Well, nice little defensive battle there as Laura Molina tries to drop it deep. Nieto digging it up, and then Nice little look by Gomez, spots the defense stacked up in the middle of the court. El Salvador calling a timeout. Uruguay in a comfortable position as they've got a good game plan, serving Soler, who's struggling with the serve reception.
Uruguay and El Salvador qualifying match to get to the quarterfinals. You see all surrounding the stadium, all the orange shirts. Those are all the volunteers, thousands of them here at the Pan American Games. And a big thank you to all the volunteers for all their work. You see all the raking that goes on at the events, and all the athletes are taken care of. The broadcasters too. Big thanks to the volunteers. Nice little poke there by Gomez, and Uruguay continues to run away with this one.
Well, the Uruguay men solidified their spot in the quarterfinal earlier tonight, so perhaps the women inspired by their teammates.
And a little touch by Soler inside the defense.
Well, she finally gets a kill. It's been a while since she's found the sand, but a nice little poke shot short.
Gomez with the chance to attack. Set a little off the net, and the spike is a little out of the court.
Well, Molina had decided to peel off the net really early. Got lucky that the set did come off the net after all.
Another chance for Gomez. Again, the set off. Soler, Molina, out.
Well, missed opportunity for Molina. Lots of work. Serves, runs to the net, peels, digs, tries to attack, and just got behind her.
Short serve from Gomez. Molina attacks on the second ball. And now Gomez does the same, and it pays off for Uruguay.
Well, bump set spike, 3 contacts, the normal progression of contacts before putting it over, but these two teams opting for the 2 ball both times. Gomez gets the better of Molina.
Gomez serves Soler, and Soler with a good eye. It's out. Gomez with the pass. And snap down the line by Gomez. 19-11.
Well, she finds the sideline. Molina pulled right back into the pocket. Great spot from Gomez.
Soler easily dug up by Gomez, and Gomez across the court and uses the net, and it's set point.
A little smile from Gomez's face there. She gets some help from the net.
Maria Eugenia Nieto, 29-year-old, has a chance to finish the set. Nieto now setting Gomez too far, but a nice effort. Here's a chance for Gomez. Nice dig, Molina. Soler hustles. And they keep it alive on the free ball. Nieto touches. And we're still going. And now it's a point and a huge little kill there to keep it alive for El Salvador and Molina.
Well, the crowd on their feet as El Salvador staves off the first set with a nice final pokey down the line, catching Uruguay off guard.
Gomez a chance to finish, and it's finished. Set number one goes to Uruguay, 21-12.
Well, that's Gomez's 7th kill. 12 total for Team Uruguay. Nice pass all the way over to the right side. She does a good job to follow her pass, making that set nice and compact, nice and controlled, and she puts it back to the line for the final point of the first set. Take a look at the set statistics. 10 digs for Team Uruguay, 12 kills, and a block. All categories that they've got the edge over Team El Salvador.
The scene is the Chevrolet Beach Volleyball Center. It's the final qualification game to get into the quarterfinals. Brazil awaits the winner of Uruguay and El Salvador. Uruguay won the first set. Serving here to start the second. Molina and Nieto can't get to it. The first point of the set goes to El Salvador.
Well, late decision from Gomez here. Had an idea to stay and block, and she got caught.
And a deep shot by Gomez. We're tied.
Another kill for Gomez, as she's been going to that line quite a bit so far this match.
And it is out. So the point to El Salvador.
A rare serving error for Gomez. That's 2.
And now a service error for Soler and El Salvador. I make it Molina.
Well, she lets Gomez off the hook. That's 4 service errors and 0 aces, so serving an issue for Team El Salvador.
Soler. Nieto. Molina gets it up. And Molina gets it over. Gomez sends it down just like that on the second ball.
She's so calm. Great leader. Every match we've seen her at this tournament, she really does a good job to keep things together for her side. And Nieto puts her partner nicely up to the net.
Nieto. Serves Soler. And Molina just pops it over with the bump.
Well, the surprise dump from Molina.
And it's out. And so the service errors continue to mount. 4-3 Uruguay as the teams change sides. And it's in on the shot from Molina.
That's a great deep shot from Molina. splitting the Uruguayan defense.
Gomez setting Nieto, and she just uses the block. And another point for Uruguay.
Well, Salvador showing the same thing every time on defense, setting up the line block and the angle dig. They could stand to mix that up a little bit.
Soler, nice dig by Nieto, and then Gomez just got caught spinning her tires in the sand.
Soler, 36 years old. That may be her best attack of the match. Puts a lot of pace on it.
5-5 early in the second set. Nieto dug up by Molina. And Molina can't make it work.
Missed opportunity for El Salvador. Great decision to peel and dig, but couldn't convert.
Gomez serves at Soler. Free ball. Gomez, she just has a big smile on her face the whole time she plays this game. Just plays it with love and passion. Uruguay up 7-5.
Well, she really enjoys it, and that's not easy to do under the pressure cooker of a major international games. Sometimes you forget how much you love this game, but Fabiana Gomez very much in tune.
Soler, nice little touch over the block.
She's not the only pokey queen challenging Nieto's title.
Little miscommunication there. And it'll actually be Molina serving. 28-year-old who stands 5'11", the taller of the two El Salvadorians. She'll go to the net, then she'll peel off. She'll get an open hand on the ball.
Well, one of the more difficult skills to do is to peel off the net and still have the control to make the dig. There she didn't quite have the balance.
Nice dig there from Soler. And she goes right between the defenders and deep, and it's hard to defend that.
My old Olympic coach, Hernan Humania, father of Canadian athlete Melissa, always said, go deep when in trouble.
Nice dig by Soler, and then Molina can't do anything with it off the net to help her partner.
Well, Soler does well to chase this ball down, pops it up into the net. You're allowed to play it out of the net, but it's a difficult skill to master.
And Soler wins the battle at the net against Gomez.
Does well to turn her hand and cut it cross court past the block.
Tough serve and an ace from Molina.
And that's El Salvador's first ace of the match. And it couldn't come at a better time as they draw even.
I think it's anybody's first ace, isn't it? Gomez, Nieto, and the little pokey finds the line.
Yes, it was the first ace of the match. Uruguay also struggling getting some direct points with their service.
10-9 Uruguay here in the second set after winning the first. Serve goes to Soler. Soler finds the line cross court.
Well, Soler has a bit of an errant pass, but Molina does well to come way over on Soler's side of the net and put her right up to the net. Very good position to make the attack.
Nieto. Molina. And Molina over. Corner shot by Nieto. 11-10 Uruguay at the technical timeout.
Fabiana Gomez and her partner Nieto also had a brush with an Olympic berth. As we see the replay here, and beautiful set from Gomez to Nieto. She buries it in the angle. Last Olympic cycle, 2012 in the Continental Cup. Couldn't quite manage to win the final match, lost in the finals to go to the Olympics.
You guys in the truck want the Uruguayan team. The men's team is sitting right below us. We could talk about them if you wanted a shot, or if you could get a shot. The Uruguayan men's team is sitting right below us, the two guys, one with the red hair, Vieto and Kairos. It's a quiet, dry night at the Chevrolet Beach Volleyball Center. We had the threat of rain, but it's held off, and the sand is relatively dry, and the athletes are battling here for a spot in the quarterfinals. Uruguay against El Salvador, and there's the Uruguayan men's team, Nieto and Kairos. They already played earlier tonight, an impressive win, and they are on to the quarterfinals.
Nice of them to stick around and cheer on the women's team. There they are again. Renzo Kairos and Mauricio Iveto.
They've been very impressive. The 18-year-old Vieto has really caught our eye and a lot of people's eye. There we have a shot that rolls off the arm of Garcia and out. Molina serves deep. Garcia digs it up. And Garcia with a soft shot. Now Soler for El Salvador with a little poke. Garcia goes deep. Soler. Molina. Free ball. Here comes Uruguay. Garcia. No.
Another look at the shot here. Great play by Soler to keep it in play. And Gomez with the dig. Another dig by Molina. What a great effort. And Gomez rather gets an opportunity to finally put it away, but the set comes off the net. Perhaps fatigue playing a role. El Salvador keeping this game close, and Uruguay calls a timeout.
I may have inadvertently used the name Garcia, but it's certainly Fabiana Gomez, the 28-year-old from Montevideo in Uruguay, who's star for this team, stands 5'11", with her teammate Eugenia Nieto, who's a little shorter but equally shining in this tournament for Uruguay.
Winner of this game has a tall task, meeting up with Brazil in a quarterfinal matchup.
Molina. Gomez. Nieto hits the line, and Uruguay gets a 2-point advantage back.
Well, Molina did well to get a piece of that, just a little late on the block.
Nieto serving Soler. Gomez. Nice dig. Soler. And she finishes with the deep shot.
Well, didn't need a lot of pace, just needed to get it deep as the Uruguayans were playing defense fairly high in the court as they watch it land. Perfect spot from Soler.
Yvonne Soler to serve. Nieto, and that is just out. We're tied at 14.
Oh, good pass, good set. Unfortunately, just a couple inches out. Get another look at it, just didn't quite get the top spin. And line judge quickly raises her flag.
Nieto setting Gomez. Great dig, Soler. Nieto with a touch. Molina the other way, but can't reach it in time.
Well, Molina, beautiful dig by Soler. Molina there knew the pokey was coming, but it was just too good. Drops in front of her.
Fabiana Gomez finished 5th at the last Pan American Games 4 years ago. She wants at least a spot or two higher, no doubt. Here comes El Salvador's attack, and it is out, and the point goes to Uruguay.
Well, the head ref took her time to decide. Line judge quick to raise her flag, but that was very tight to the line.
Gomez serving Soler. Molina tight to the net, and the battle won by Gomez.
Gomez does well to hustle up to the net and get her hands up and over on this tighter set. This goes up with one hand. That's called the Kong block. Get a little further over the net with one than you can with two. On those tighter sets, that's a wise move.
One, two, three, four, five.
Soler and Molina, no discussion at this crucial stage. Normally you'd see some strategizing.
El Salvador down by 3 points here in the second set after losing the first against Uruguay. Fabiana Gomez. They've been serving Soler all night, and this time they do again. And Soler with a little touch, a great dig by Gomez, and the digging on that side as well. And then the attack is dug up, and Nieto, and another dig, Molina, and Soler, there's the free ball. Gomez, and that's gonna be a point for Uruguay after a great rally.
That was a great rally. Several digs exchanged. One of the better ones there on that diving lunge from Gomez. Another diving dig, and finally Gomez puts it deep, and Laura Molina couldn't find the balance to keep it alive.
Soler will get a chance to attack, and maybe another, but Molina goes off the hand of Gomez, and a point for El Salvador.
Well, Gomez does well to block the first attempt. Soler self-covers, and Molina puts it over on the second opportunity.
Nieto, what a dig! And Soler sends it over. Nieto will set Gomez, and it's on the line, and a point for Uruguay at 19-15.
Well, what a clutch shot from Gomez as she passes the ball from way back on the baseline, has a long way to run after this initial dig from Soler. She puts it very deep, and Gomez comes from all the way back to the baseline and sends the ball to the opponent's baseline using the full court.
Nieto serves Molina. Molina steps in for the kill, but it's dug up. Now Gomez, cross court, set point, match point.
Well, the leader of this team comes up big on the last 2 points, as you'd expect from the captain.
Eugenia Nieto, the 29-year-old from Mercedes, Uruguay, does the serving. Soler pounds it down, and El Salvador stays alive for now.
Well, she's demonstrating a much better attack, putting a lot of pace on it tonight.
Serve goes to Gomez, and a chance to finish for Gomez. Dug up, second ball attack. Molina, Nieto, Soler, Molina, another dig. The set from Gomez, Nieto, and that does it. Uruguay is off to the quarterfinals, 21-16. They take the second set, and they take it in straight sets over El Salvador, on to face Brazil.
Well, a solid effort from El Salvador. Not going down easily.
Uruguay in straight sets over El Salvador. They're on to the quarterfinals.
Get a look at the final point. Nieto pops it up. Beautiful one-arm stab from Molina, gets up. Takes another deep shot, but Nieto's on it again. And she puts it deep on the second chance and clinches the victory.
Guaranteed top 8, 21-12, 21-16. Uruguay is through to the quarterfinals.
Señoras y señores, así concluye esta sesión en el centro de Volleyball Playa Chevrolet. Esperamos que hayan disfrutado de esta noche. Gracias por ser parte de los Juegos Panamericanos Toronto 2015. Antes de irse, miren rápidamente a su alrededor para estar seguros de que no olvidan nada. Que tengan un viaje seguro a casa y los esperamos en la jornada de mañana.
Quick look at the final statistics. 26 digs for Uruguay, balanced between Gomez and Nieto, 15 and 11 respectively. And a couple blocks, no blocks for El Salvador. That hurt their chances.
And a great day, a great night of beach volleyball at the Chevrolet Beach Volleyball Center. That does it for now on behalf of Marquise and our entire crew. My name is Rob Snook. See you again tomorrow for more great action on the beach.